Here he is, the man of the hour. All right. So we have volunteers, right? Volunteers, can you make yours? Yeah, there you go. So I know you have questions as well, so they're gonna come around with paper and pencils. So flag them down, get your questions in as fast as you can. Then volunteers, don't be shy, come up on the stage when you have a bunch of questions and just hand them to me. So, how's it going?
Good.
So, this is what I know. You were growing up really good at sports. Yeah?
Not really.
This ball, volleyball, handball, etc.
Yes.
You went to University of Washington, which is Bruce Lee's alma mater, by the way. And then you went back to Hong Kong, and then you just fell into the movies.
Yes.
Now, fill in the blanks. Tell us your story, how you became an action star.
Well, it was kind of smooth for me because I just graduated in the University of Washington, and then I went back to Hong Kong, and I was like, oh, should I be an actor? And then I just sent an email to my agency, and then I have a meeting with my boss, and he was like, okay, and that was it.
But so wait, all of a sudden, like you never had acted before? What
No.
inspired this?
Growing up watching superheroes movie.
So like Marvel and so forth?
Yes, and DC, yes.
What's your favorite superhero?
The Dark Knight.
Okay. Oh, Batman.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I sat on his chair.
Yeah, right. So then, okay, what about, like read that you were good at sports and played a lot of that stuff. But what about martial arts? Did you do that when you were growing up or
I
not in
had
the movies?
zero experience.
Really?
Yes. So I had a training for 2 months before the movie.
Before this movie?
Yes. So I had the chance to train almost every day of the week. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I trained calisthenics. And then I had lunch. I drove to the boxing gym to train boxing and bodybuilding. And then on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, I trained to do my own stunts. So Sunday was a good day. Sunday was rest day. It was tough, yes.
For this film?
Yes.
Okay, so you brought up calisthenics. That's something that really struck me in the movie. That's not CGI, that's you.
Yes.
So, okay, so you had never done that before?
No, and I was afraid of height.
Me too. I'm afraid of outer space and heights.
Yes, I remember I learned my first muscle ups in the first class.
What is that?
The one where you do a full pull up, where you pull yourself up to the bar.
Right.
Yes, I learned that on my first class. So, but everything didn't go as smooth because I would get pissed at myself because I kept falling down.
Okay.
And I would just sit on the bench, say nothing for 5 minutes, looking at the sky. And my coach was like, oh, okay, he's mad, let's not talk to him. And then I just keep going.
But from your sports background, you think that helped you a bit?
Definitely, yes,
Okay.
yes.
And going back to martial arts, were you besides superheroes, were you a fan of martial arts films growing up?
What? Sorry?
Were you a fan of martial arts films growing up as well? Besides?
Yes, I watched a lot of Donnie Yen, Jackie Chan,
Okay.
Bruce Lee, John Wick. I love them, yeah.
Yeah. And what about like the old stuff like Shaw Brothers, Golden Harvest, the old 70s and 80s Hong Kong?
70s, I wasn't born yet.
Yeah. So you didn't go back that far. How about now?
I would try.
What do you think the director Yeung right?
Yes.
Was he really inspired by those old school films or?
Oh, we haven't talked about that. Yeah, so I'm not sure.
Right. And first of all, in the film, your character is put through the ringer, like every way. First of all, the film has action, it has comedy, it has melodrama, there's even a switch between realities. And your character is like beaten up, trained really hard, abused by his potential girlfriend, abused by the bad guys.
Yes.
Can you talk about what were some of the hardest things, first of all, physically, in the actual production?
Oh, physically, if you remember on the first scene, I was beaten up, right? And all the bookshelves smacked me down. They were me. I did not have a stunt double for this film. So I had to take all the hits by myself. But they were fake wounds.
Okay,
But
that's good.
they still hurt.
Yeah.
Yes, that was tough for me. And for me, the kicking part was tough.
What do you
Because
mean?
I've never learned martial arts,
Right.
the taekwondo stuff. I'm not flexible enough, so I have to stretch every day.
Right, like the woman who's your Sifu.
Yes, she was.
She was really doing the splits on the
She
wall?
was national champion.
In Taekwondo?
Yes.
So did she give you pointers?
No.
Why not?
No. I just can't. That's why I'm kicking low.
Okay.
If you realize, I've never kicked other people in their head.
Right, right.
Yes.
But you didn't like say like what advice do you have for me? And she's like she made you stretch more. Or?
She told me to move my hip.
Oh, okay, that's good advice.
Yeah, but it was tough because I was not flexible enough. So, just so difficult for me.
But so now, prior to this, you were in other action films.
Yes.
For example, Raging Fire, which we showed at the festival, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there not other, like, did you do fighting in those films or other kind of action where you had intense training, or this is the first time?
To be honest, after training from this film, I got better and better at action movie because I know how to cooperate with the angle of the camera and stuff like that, how to hit harder without actually hitting harder, and all the technical stuff that I've learned, I've used it in in the film.
Right. That's actually, I actually a long time ago took a class in stage combat, and it's not really easy. Yeah.
Should we do this?
What, do you want to show me some stage combat? No, I don't think that's a good idea.
Okay.
So I'm a, what do you call it, junior. I'm a white belt.
Oh, I don't have a belt.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying, talking about stage combat.
Okay.
Yeah. But so did you learn on the job from previous films how to do that, how to do like fight scenes, or was it mostly on this film? Or?
Mostly on this film.
Really?
This film was shot 3 years ago.
Oh.
Yes. So that was my first time training martial arts.
Oh, what took so long from production to release?
I kept asking and asking, when is this film gonna be out? And they were like, oh, it's gonna be out this year. And then next year I asked, when is this film gonna be out? They said next year. And then finally, this year it's out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Cool. So let's talk about some of because we talked about in the film, you have a whole gamut of hardships. You have physical and also emotional. So what were some of the other challenges as an actor in this film, like the emotional scenes or the comedy, for example, which I thought was quite good?
I think the most difficult part would be how my character should fight, because the other guy, the other villain, his sense was so relaxed, right? And my sense was kind of tense and less relaxed. And I think this helped me to present the character in a way that he just learned martial arts and he is still a baby comparing to the other guy. So I would be more tense and less relaxed than that guy to show my character in the film.
So that's an interesting thing you brought up. Your real self was just like the character in the movie. Yeah.
Yes.
Was completely thrown into this trial by fire. Wow. And in learning the fight choreography, who was doing the stunt work?
A guy called Ken.
Okay.
Ken.
And Ken is a seasoned professional.
Yes.
He's so. What was it like learning that? And do you think you'd ever want to do that yourself?
I had to be really disciplined, to be honest. And I think the physical training has helped me a lot to get into the character of the mindset, because me myself is learning new skills, getting better and better, and at the same time my character is also getting better and better. So I think the physical training has helped me a lot to get into the mindset of the character.
So going back to acting in general, because you said you you knew after you finished school, you just wrote a letter like, can I be an
Yeah.
actor?
Baby.
Well, right. What was your training to become an actor? Like, did they immediately say, yeah, you
I
got
took
good?
a few classes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's it.
Yes. I'm still taking classes.
Oh, you are still
Yes,
taking
yes,
classes.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
so you're still developing, yeah.
Yes.
And so, in the 3 years since this film wrapped,
Mhm.
have you gone back to calisthenics? Have you gone back to action, etc.?
I kept training for 2 years.
Oh,
And then
which the calisthenics and
Yes,
martial arts?
yes.
Okay.
And then I stopped last year because my hand, the skin of my hand kept falling off. You know, the closos.
Oh,
It's all
okay, yeah.
blood and stuff like that. And it was like, oh, I don't want to get hurt anymore unless I have another film. So I just stopped.
Okay.
I feel bad.
Well, in the martial arts training, did you do sparring? Or was it all drills?
Not real sparring. It's
Okay.
just, you know,
With pads?
yes,
Okay. So a little bit contact.
almost no contact because in the film it's almost no contact.
Right, right.
We just match with the camera angle and stuff like that.
But if you were on the street and got in a fight, you could do something.
I would have lost. Do not fight me, please.
Okay. Let's see, we have some questions. Okay. This is a very basic but very good question. What was your favorite part of making this film?
Ooh, I think my favorite part of making this film is I get to learn. I get the chance to learn martial arts, calisthenics, and stuff like that, and I really gained a lot as a person. It helped me a lot in the film that I make for the last 2 years.
Oh, really? How
Yes,
so?
yes, because I was in a few action movies, and this training has helped me a lot in the making of the film. Yeah.
Okay. So are you continuing to do mostly action?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
And then if not action, what else?
Romantic stuff.
And
I would
so,
like to do some romantic stuff.
but you haven't yet?
I haven't.
Okay. That's a whole different kind of training.
Yes.
Okay. In the film, if I'm not mistaken, they're doing Burmese martial arts
What, Burmese?
from Burma, from I forget the name of the
What's
country.
that in Cantonese?
Myanmar.
Oh, 缅甸古拳法.
I
I
don't
think
remember.
that is the traditional Thai.
Yeah, traditional. It's like that. It's
Traditional Thai boxing.
Like, yeah. So did you learn some of that for real from when you were doing the training?
I tried to show it to the audience by making the stance.
Okay.
But in the fighting scene, it's almost like kickboxing. It's
Right.
back to the modern art of boxing and kickboxing.
I think
That
that
the elbow is from the...
exactly.
yeah.
I think a lot of things in the film are like old, like even the old Donnie Yen movies that you and I watched, or even the old Shaw Brothers. But this martial art is something we don't see before in Hong Kong
Yeah.
films. Was that director Yuan's idea, or
Yes.
and he wrote the script?
No.
Okay. Who's the scriptwriter? Do you know?
Charles wrote the script.
And how did you get to this part? Like they sent you the script, you're like, I love this, or what happened?
No, it was during the pandemic,
Mhm.
and I was at home worrying about my career. Yes, wondering about lives, and then suddenly I got a phone call from my manager saying, we might have a role that is quite suitable for you. Do you want to meet up with Director Yeung? And then I said, yes, of course, let's go. And then we sat down, we talked for a couple of hours, and I'm grateful to myself that I kept myself in shape. So it was smooth, yeah.
Okay. How are you keeping yourself in shape then? With just lots of volleyball?
We could not play volleyball because of
Right,
the
'cause of the
pandemic.
pandemic.
So I just do some cardio, push-ups
Right.
at home.
Right. And then next thing you know, you're doing calisthenics and moving.
Yeah.
Wow, very impressive. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, here's some more questions from the audience. Are there any interesting moments while sparring with Louis Yeung on set? Did you ever get a good hit at on it?
It was my first time filming action movie, and I was holding back all my punches because some of the punches and kicks we have to have a real contact. But then I was too afraid to throw a punch or throw a kick, and director Yeung talked to me and said, "Hey Angus, you should not be afraid of hurting people." And I was like, "What?" Director said, "Yeah, they're professional, so throw the punch." And I was like, okay. And then everything was smoother than before.
Okay. If we have any more questions, please bring them up now. This is interesting. What was the makeup process for the ending scenes, and did it pose any challenges with the action and the water?
Makeup?
Yeah, the makeup.
What was my makeup?
Well, at the very end, that's a good question, because at the very end there's the hospital where you're all bloody. I was thinking about that too, because you have so much different
when
kinds
I was
of
in the
makeup.
pool, I did not have the swollen eyes, right?
Can you remember?
Because I did not have any makeup on throughout the film.
Okay. Oh, you didn't?
No.
Except for the parts with blood on your face?
Yes.
Okay, no makeup.
No makeup.
But the water part was actually underwater. That wasn't CGI.
Oh, the water. Oh, okay. It's real water. So I actually like that scene a lot because it's where my master, my Sifu, threw me into the pool, right?
Yes.
And then I personally benefited a lot from that scene physically because throughout the film I had a lot of injuries by doing this stuff I've never done before. So in that scene I was given the privilege to shoot the scene in a heated warm pool. Yes, so by staying in the pool for 6 hours, all my injuries were gone. Yeah, so next time when you get hurt, you just hop into a heated pool.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
So and so you did all your stunts, all your own stunts.
Yes.
That's another
Oh,
question.
except for one. I'm not gonna lie. For the one that Lewis hit me from upstairs, so I have to fly down to the coffin.
Okay.
That one was not me.
Okay, so that they got a stunt guy for that. Do we have any more questions from the audience? Hello? No? Okay. Also, when I first saw the title Inexternal, actually it's not maybe it's a new word now in English.
It makes sense in Cantonese actually.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. So, so it would be it seems like a portmanteau, like internal and external, which when you see the movie, it kind of makes sense because there's the internal and external.
Yes.
But I also know that the Chinese title is a changyu, it's an idiom, right?
Yes, it means
Please talk about that. Right?
It means inexternal, meaning someone from the inside or outside helping each other out. That's what it means.
So can you describe how that is exemplified in the movie?
Well, because most of the fight scene took place in another dimension, right? And what happened in that dimension has an effect on the characters in real life. So I think this is a new take in Hong Kong action movie, and it also means the 成語 裡應外合.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for I guess I was given the impression that it's something about strategy and how to win a war. In a way.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And the book in the movie is supposed to be like a wuxia xiaosuo, like a martial novel, or?
How do I say that? Is a 小说, is a novel. Yeah, like a superhero, Chinese superhero novel.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So that's the whole thing here. This is a new Chinese superhero.
Yes, but I do not have any concrete superpowers.
Well, you did learn how to do calisthenics and martial arts in like a week, so that's pretty super.
Okay.
And was there ever talk of or is there any talk of doing a part 2? I guess we'll find out when it comes out.
I've never heard about that, but my agency told me that the director said he wanted to take part 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it certainly at the end it seems like this story could go on.
Yes.
Yeah. And you said you've been doing more action films. What do you have? And you don't have romance lined up.
No.
What should we be? Can you tell us what you have lined up next that we should be looking forward to?
I would really want to, but I signed a non-disclosure
Yeah. Okay.
agreement.
Very cool. Well, the film is a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we hope you'll come back sometime.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Angus Yeung, everyone.
Thank you.